Yam Brahma Varnendra Rudra Marutaha Stunnanti Dibbhai Stavai Vedaihi Sangapadakram Upanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgateena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Meditation on the Gita. I salute the Shining One, whose praise is sung in diverse hymns by Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Rudra and Maruts, whose glories are proclaimed by the birds of the verses and the chapters of the Vedas, whom the yogis see when their minds are absorbed in contemplation, and whose limit is not known by the hosts of gods or any beings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is Thoughts on the Gita, part 88. Truth never becomes old, it is always new. So these teachings of the Bhagavad Gita are the gospel truth. They are always new. Though these teachings are taught by Krishna to Arjuna 3,000-4,000 years ago, still those teachings are very appropriate and effective in our day-to-day life. Human beings have two basic problems. These problems started from the very dawn of civilization, from the very creation. Those problems are fear and delusion, bhaya and moha. Bhaya. All human beings are fraught with fear. Bhartrihari, the great sage, mentioned bhaya. If you enjoy too much, you have fear of disease. You have too much beauty, you have fear of old age. If you have a body, fear of death. You have too much money, fear of the robbers. You have too much name and fame, you have fear of a scandal. You are in high position, you have fear of losing that position. If you have too much learning, you have fear of your opponents. If you have prestige, you are afraid of losing prestige. So in this way, we find in every aspect of human life, there is somewhere something fearful. Which one is fearless? Vairaggameva vayam. Only non-attachment can make one fearless. There is no fear. Because there is no fear of losing anything. That is the first basic problem, fear. Second, moha. Moha has many meanings. Moha means infatuation, delusion, mental obsession, attachment, morbid attachment, not only attachment. Blind affection, dotage. When I think about moha, two things come to my mind. First, Avadhuta had 24 gurus. One of them was a pigeon, a couple of pigeons. Their children are caught by the hunter in a net, and the parents found the children are caught, so they jumped into the net and they are also caught. So Avadhuta went to that pigeon and said, "You are my guru. I learned that your moha will be the cause of your death." Another thing we find in the Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra, the blind king, was so much infatuated or deluded by his sons that his whole dynasty was destroyed. Delusion. Very, very strong to somebody. Sometimes we try to philosophize it. It is my duty. Duty is just like a scorching sun. It burns and burns. There is no end of human duty. You finish one, another is waiting for you. You finish that one, another one was waiting for you. There is no end. It's just last week, a devotee called me. She is 75 years old, retired, widow. Daughter is very established, but the son, no. Did not get good education, moving around, and the mother, the old mother, is now taking care of the son. Well, Swami, I had to clean his room. I see he's so messy. He won't listen to me. I can buy a computer and listen to our lectures from YouTube. Oh, Swami, that if that money will be spent, perhaps that money I can save for my son. I was thinking, this is real moha. Real delusion. This mother is so much blinded by that affection, cannot think about himself, thinking only about that small child. That is called moha. So Arjuna had two problems. In the very beginning, in the Kurukshetra war, in the battlefield, he saw Bhishma, Drona, Karna, the great heroes. He was fearful. He was thinking, shall I be able to win or shall I lose in this battle? That fear came, though he was a great hero. Second, moha. He saw these friends and relatives are there. He was thinking, in this war, all these people will be killed. So it is better to escape from this duty. He wanted to run away. He wanted to be a monk. Krishna says, it doesn't look good. You have a bow and arrow in hand, you are telling, I will be a monk. If you see I am a rifle in my hand, I am declaring that I am a monk, it doesn't look good. Krishna says, you are hypocrite. It will not work. Your very nature will force you to fight. You cannot get away from your duty. Do you know, if you would escape, what would happen? Righteousness and unrighteousness. These unrighteous people will prevail in the society and people will not get any peace or happiness. There will be turmoil everywhere. That we find sometimes in the Middle East. Big turmoil. Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Everywhere you find turmoil, killing, murdering. No peace. When we see the children and the women, they have no food, no water, dying like anything. This comes from that kind of unrighteous people when they rule this country and the society. So Arjuna, Krishna was telling, these people will prevail in the society. You will have to fight. Another thing we learn from the Gita, laziness and irresponsibility. Some people like to be lazy. They do not want to work. Krishna says it will not work. Second, I don't like to take my responsibility. That will not work either. You must be responsible. We must train our children to be responsible, not to be lazy, be active. If you do not teach your children how to drive, you will have to be a chauffeur all through your life. You will have to force them. Stand on your own feet. I shall give you food, clothing, education. Stand on your own feet. That we find in the Gita. You must stand in the world. That Krishna says, Klaibyam asmagama partha noitatva upapadyate shudra marida daurbillam taktatishta parantapa. Give up this faint-heartedness, cowardice. It does not befit you. You are a great hero. Uttishtha, takto uttishtha. Give up this idleness, laziness, faint-heartedness. Stand up and fight. Fight, struggle. Life means a struggle. Everybody has a struggle. So, we'll have to fight. And during our fight, Krishna says, Ma manushmara juddha cha. Think of me, remember me, and fight. Think of God. All power, all strength will come from God. You see, Krishna was not only a charioteer of Arjuna, but also the charioteer of his mind. He is controlling, he is guiding his mind. He is one of the best counselors you can think of. And his counsel is infallible. It will work. It will work. So the teachings of Gita still are very living to all of us. We can listen. Listen. During the freedom movement in India, the freedom fighters, when they would go to jail, they would take a Gita. In this cell, they used to read the Gita and Swami Vivekananda's books. That is the way they used to get inspiration and fight to get freedom from the British. It has a tremendous power, this message of the Gita. Exalt yourself, the grace will come. Gita teaches detachment and attachment simultaneously. Be detached to the worldly things, be attached to God. If you read the Gita, all 18 chapters, you will see the first 6 chapters of the Gita, Krishna taught how to work. 3 things he taught: how to work, how to love, and how to know. These 3 things are very important in our life. How to work. We work, but we do not know the philosophy of work. As Krishna says, work incessantly, but don't seek the fruit of action. Yan sadhan, tan siddhi. Your means and the end must be the same. Sometimes we want the result, but we do not work right. So we fail sometimes. You will have to work with a disciplined, pointed mind. So you must know what you are doing. Work. Skill in action is called yoga. Equanimity of mind is called yoga. This is the way Krishna defined what is yoga. Skill in action. Karma, kaushalam. How to be skillful in action. And when you work, your mind should be even. Don't be perturbed. Second, we find how to love. Love, but don't without expectation. As Swami Vivekananda said, love is a triangle. The first angle of the love triangle is love knows no fear. Where there is fear, there cannot be any love. Second, love knows no bargain. That, I shall give you $1 million, will you love me? You cannot buy love. It comes spontaneously from the heart. You cannot force it, that you will have to love me. Third, love for love's sake. That is the way Swami Vivekananda defined the love is a triangle. Third, how to know. You see, knowledge is very, very important. If you do not know a person, you cannot love. You cannot love a person on the street. You will have to know that person before you love. And if you love, then you will know everything about your beloved. That is the way love and knowledge, they go together. That is the way Sri Ramakrishna used to say. A culmination of love and culmination of knowledge bring that unity, oneness. Both are the same. This is the way we can bring balance to our life. So we are studying the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Vibhuti Yoga, the splendor of God, glimpses of divine glory. Krishna says, Ramakrishna also said, when we go to the shrine, we close our eyes and we try to visualize God in our heart. Sri Ramakrishna said, closing the eyes you can see God, opening the eyes can you not see God? These are all living gods. See God in all human beings. You know the ways, see God with open eyes. That is a beautiful statement of Sri Ramakrishna. So, when you get up from your bed, you will find a bright sun coming through the window and telling you, get up, go to work. I am the sun god. I gave you light, work. Again, when at night we see the full moon through the window, telling us, I am the moon god, take rest. You know, if you see this way, you will see that God is everywhere. Already we read from in this chapter from verses 19 to 42. In 24 verses, Krishna mentioned, who am I? Do you see this huge mountain? I am that mountain. Do you see this ocean? I am that ocean. Among human beings, you know, that I am the mind, I am the consciousness, I am Japa Yajna, I am the mantra Pranava. Among the trees, I am the Ashwatha. Among the snake, I am Vasuki. Among the beasts, I am the lion. Among the birds, I am Garuda, Vainateya. Among the months, I am Margashirsha, fall, Agrahan. Why? Because that is the season for harvest. Among seasons, I am the spring, flowers, blooms, beautiful. So in this way, Krishna talked about his divine manifestations. It is very nicely he wrote. The truth of the matter is that God is present in all the forms of creation, as holy rivers, mountains, the majestic ocean, the tender-hearted cow, the noble steed, the magnificent lion, the sweet-voiced cuckoo, the beautiful peacock, the pure hermit snake, the pure hermit snake, that's Vasuki, the crow flapping its wings, the restless flame, the steel stars, has all this. He is present. Our problem, we do not see them. Why? Our eyes are not trained. In the next chapter, our eyes will be trained. First we do, when we learn the alphabet, A, all capitals, B, capital, C, capital. Then we learn small case, A, B, so that we can form the sentences, we can write, we can express ourselves. So in the beginning, here, Krishna is just telling, do you see big, big things? I am. Then he will tell you, all the small things also I am. Very, very interesting, this portion. It is in the Rudra and Prasna in the Yajurveda. Namo namo stenanam pataye namo nama punjistebhu nama vishnishadebhyam. Salutations to the prince of robbers. Salutations to the cruel ones, to the doers of harm, the thugs, the thieves, the robbers, all are Brahman. Salutations to them all. Don't think that God is only in Rama and Krishna. God is also in Ravana and Kamsa, the demons. Because same consciousness pervades in everything and every being. For that reason, Tulsidasa mentioned Ravana. He is an enemy devotee. That is a beautiful coin. Enemy bhakta. He is a bhakta devotee, but enemy. That is hard to be. Sometimes some people say God is only in good things and bad things. How God can be bad things? If you read the Upanishad, Tat Srishtva Tadevanu Pravishat, He created and He entered in every being. So if God entered every being, so they are also God, but very much full covered with tamas, ignorance. I was talking to you about training the eyes. Sri Ramakrishna trained his eyes. He went to pick flowers. He saw flower tree was consciousness. He could not pick flowers. He went to take some bell leaves from the tree. He took it, he saw the tree was bleeding. He stopped taking bell leaves. He was going to Calcutta. From the horse carriage, he saw a street girl on the sidewalk. He saw that, Mother, you are here in another form. He was seeing the Divine Mother. So that means he trained his eyes. In the next chapter, Krishna will tell us how to train the eyes. In this chapter, do you know what he is doing? He is training your ears. First listen. Then you will find toward the end, Krishna says, Arjuna will tell, I have listened. But now, do you know, Krishna, I have a little problem. My eyes and my ears, they have now competition. My eyes say that you have heard, but I have not seen. So I want to see. That Arjuna will ask Arjuna in the 11th chapter, I want to see. Very, very interesting way we see this Bhagavad Gita. See, do you know another problem? If we see the cosmic form of God, we will be fainted. How, Swami? In the Mundaka Upanishad, there is a mantra, Ognir Murtha Chokshisi Chandra Surjau, Disha Srotre, Bhagvivetasya Veda, Padbam Prithvisha Sarvabhutantaratma. Do you know what that means? His head is the Duloka, heaven, fire. His one eye is the sun, another eye is the moon. His breath is the air. His ears are the 10 sides. His speech are the Vedas. With his 2 feet he encompasses the whole universe. So when we try to think about that cosmic form of God, we get scared. We get scared. For that reason, first see this small thing, mountain, Himalayas and all those things. Then slowly your eyes will be trained. In India, there is a tradition, they call it Arundhati Naya. Do you know what does it mean? When a girl is just married, the bridegroom goes to a girl's house and marrying the bride, they come to their own house. At that time, the mother-in-law takes the daughter-in-law at night and shows, do you see that tree? Yes. Above the tree is the moon? Yes. Next to the moon, do you see there are 7 stars in a circle? Yes. Do you see that corner star? Yes. Next to that corner star is Vashishta. Next to that corner star, do you see a tiny star? Yes. That is Arundhati, Vashishta's wife. As these 2 stars always remain together, my sweet child, you be with your husband always. That is a beautiful tradition in India, sometimes they follow. That is called Arundhati Naya. How husband and wife, the mother-in-law is training that how to live together. So, first if he says, could you see that tiny star Arundhati? You cannot see it. So first tree, moon, big star, then circle of star, then that corner star. Even slowly, he is training your eyes to see from the big to the small. That is the technique what Krishna took it here. He is showing first his big things. Then he says, I am also in the small things. As I said, first you learn English alphabet, large, from big ones, capital, and then a small case. That is the way it works. But is this creation your everything? There are 2 types of lila. One is Nitya Lila, one is Srishti Lila. This universe is the Srishti Lila of God, manifestation. And Nitya Lila is unmanifest. We read in the Purusha Suktam of the Rig Veda, Padoisya Vishwabhutani Tripadoisya Amritam Divi. Padoisya, Pad means 1/4, is this whole universe. 3/4, Amritam Divi, unmanifest, immortal. So this whole creation came from God. Another thing, that we shall talk that one when we shall talk about the creation. It is extremely important for us to know what is the relationship between us and God. Srishti Srashta. He is the creator, we are created. That is one kind of relationship. Second, unity relationship. God is the whole, we are the parts. Another, I and God, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. You see, this is the way it goes. As Hanuman said to Rama, when I have the body idea, I think you are the master, I am the servant. When I think I am a jiva, individual soul, I think you are the whole, I am the part. You are the sun, I am a ray. When I have the knowledge of the Atman, I think you and me both are the same. These are the three stages: dualism, qualified non-dualism, and non-dualism. These are the three stages of Vedantic experience. So we have a relationship. Now, what is this God? Spinoza, a very famous Western philosopher, called it pantheism. Pantheism means God has become the world. God and world identical. God and this universe are one. We read in the Ramanuja's philosophy also same, this universe is God's body. God has really become this universe. How? Milk has become yogurt. That is their philosophy. Milk has totally transformed into yogurt. I had milk. It has become yogurt. So God has become this world. That is one school. But Vedanta does not, the one school of Vedanta follow that, but real non-dualistic Vedanta says panentheism. In panentheism, God is viewed as the soul of the universe, the universal spirit present everywhere, which at the same time transcends all things created. While pantheism asserts that all is God, panentheism claims that God is greater than the universe. Some versions of panentheism suggest that the universe is nothing more than the manifestation of God. In addition, some forms indicate that the universe is contained within God. The earliest reference to panentheistic thought in Hindu philosophy is in creation myth contained in the later section of the Rig Veda called the Purusha Sukta, which I told you. The Purusha Sukta gives a description of the spiritual unity of the cosmos. It presents the nature of Purusha, or the cosmic being, as both immanent in the manifested world and yet transcendent to it. From this being, the Sukta holds the original creative will proceeds, by which this vast universe is projected in space and time. The most influential and dominant school of Indian philosophy, Advaita Vedanta, rejects theism and dualism by insisting that Brahman, ultimate reality, is without parts or attributes, one without a second. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. This universe, this came from Brahman, stays in Brahman, merges is Brahman. This is the Shakti, power of Brahman, Maya. So that is the way we understand this, our relationship with God. Now we shall talk about our Gita. Verse 34, chapter 10. Mrityu sarvam harakshaham udbhavasya bhavishatam kirti shri bhakcha narinam smriti medha dhriti kshama. And I am the all-consuming death and the prosperity of those who are to be prosperous. Of women, I am fame, prosperity, speech, memory, intelligence, endurance, and patience. Sometimes we get scared when God says, I am death. My goodness, how can we love you? You go away from us. It is in the Hindu Purana that Brahma created Daksha, procreate, children. I am one, I shall be many, through you, you are my son. Have many, many, millions, billions of children. So Daksha created. Then what happened? The children began to die. Daksha said, I shall stop death. So who is the god of death? Bole Shiva. Bole stop Shiva worship. There should not be any death in this world, because I want my children. So Brahma, creator, came and said, my son, it will not work. If all people do not die, what will happen? Think of that. In St. Louis, nobody dies. The whole city will be full of hospitals and nursing homes and Jalmargaj and West. All old people you will see in the city. Nobody is dying. What to do? So, and last week, you remember I talked about it, death and birth. It will be recycled. We will be recycled. I am death who swallows up everything. Similarly, in the language of bhakti, we say, those who touch the feet of the Lord are not touched by death. Do you know what does it mean? They merge into God. Yeah, I remember in our village, they used to grind, stone grinding, the corn or flour or lentil. I remember one piece of round stone, then another piece, middle there is a knob and here is a hole, there you put the corn and then you rotate. There is no electricity in village. They rotate. That is the way they make things in village. But some corn or some lentils, through manipulation, they go in the knob and they will never be crushed. They remain intact. So, by this way and that way, if you have devotion, love for God, if you hold God, there is no death for you. That is the beautiful example. So, Mrityu. Next he says, Kirti Shri Bak Narinam, beauty. Woman's beauty. Physical beauty, not very lasting. Maybe 10, 12, 15 years. But this spiritual beauty is everlasting. That Krishna says. If a person has kirti, fame, beauty, his sweet tongue, good memory, good intelligence, forbearance, compassion, forgiveness, that enhances the beauty of a woman. That Krishna says, I am all those things. Inner beauty. How can I conquer death? Self-knowledge. That is the way. Next verse. Brihat samo tatha samnam gayatri chandasam aham masanam margushishoham ritunam kusumakaraha. Of samas means samaveda, the music. Also, I am the brihat sama of meters, Gayatri, am I, of months, I am Margoshisha, of seasons, the flowery seasons. I can talk on everything for a long time, but I shall not go in details. Gayatri, you must understand what is Gayatri. Gayatri, Om Bhur Bhuvasva, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Vargo Devasya, Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yonaha, Prachodayat Om. This is the Gayatri mantra. It is in the Vedas. This mantra, the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, they repeat. This mantra is a very beautiful mantra. Who is the creator, preserver, and the universe? Bhur Bhuvasa. And who dwells in the luminous universe? Savitur Varenyam, who nourishes all these beings. Bhargo Devasya, he is the luminous God with all powers, with all splendor. We meditate on him. Dhimahi, we meditate on him. Dhiyo Yona, let him guide our intellect to the path of blessedness. That is the mantra. Who is the creator God? He is in our indwelling self. Let him guide us to the path of God's spirituality. as I already explained to you, that why Margashirsha is the best month, because that is the time we get our harvest, and the spring, but not St. Louis spring. It makes me miserable. Eye irritation, nose running, throat choking. That is not a good season. Dutam chalayatam osmi, tejas tejasvinamaham, japosmi, babusayosmi, sattam sattavatam aham. I am the gambling of the fraudulent. I am the power of the powerful. I am victory. I am effort. I am sattva of the sattvika. Very interesting. Dutam. Cheating. For example, Krishna will say, I am in Las Vegas. Gambling is going on day and night. Shh. I remember, it was in 1981, I went to see Grand Canyon. So I was coming back. So you stopped in Las Vegas for lunch. So I was curious. I was thinking, I want to see a gambling place. So my guide took me there. I saw that room is big, very dark. Some people are playing cards or all those things. I do not know. See, various things. So I told it is not ants. Because, well, it is slot machine. Well, uncle, no, it is slaughtering machine. But the food was very cheap, you know. In $3, so many fancy food eat and free drinks. Then I was telling my friends that, what is this? But Swami, food is cheap. Because with the gambling, you know, they will make money there, they will lose money here. I still remember. Then I saw Hoover Dam and then returned to Los Angeles. They drove me. Another story came to my mind, you know, the Pandavas lost in the gambling and lost all kingdom, and Yudhishthira and all brothers and Draupadi was humiliated. They went to the forest for 12 years, and another year, you know, they lived in incognito. Somebody asked Krishna, why did you not help the Pandavas at that time? Krishna says, you know, Yudhishthira was thinking that, you know, I am a good gambler. He was so proud, so he went to play. He did not ask me my advice either. So he went and played. And Duryodhana was very shrewd. He said, I cannot play, my uncle will play. So first of all, Yudhishthira did not invite me. Second, if I would go, Yudhishthira would ask me that, you, Krishna, you play on our behalf. As Duryodhana, on Duryodhana's behalf, Shokuni is playing. Easily I could win. But he is proud, you know, he did not call me. But this is all my play. If they do not lose, and then there will be no war, Draupadi should be humiliated. All this is my play, my maya, my game. Very interesting. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi, Panjavanam Dhananjaya, Muninam Opi Aham Vyasa, Kubinam Ushana Kubihi. Of the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva. Of the Pandavas, Dhananjaya. And among the Munis, I am Vyasa. Of the poets, Ushana, the great sage. Very interesting. Arjuna, you are my disciple. I am the Guru. I am in you, I am also within me. As a snake, as Sri Ramakrishna says, I bite. As a doctor, I took the poison out from the body. It is all God. Snake is God, the patient is God, the doctor is God. You know, it's hard to believe this concept. But that is the truth. I sometimes give that example. The unreal doctor, through unreal medicine, can remove the unreal disease of the unreal patient. The unreal guru, through unreal mantra, can remove the unreal ignorance of the unreal disciple. This is all play. Ami Guru, I am also the disciple. Both I am. Danjo damatamosmi nitirosmi jigishatam maunam chaivasmi gujhanam jnanam gatavatam aham. Of punishers, I am the scepter. Of those who seek to conquer, I am statesmanship. And also of things secret, I am silence. And the knowledge of knowers am I. Danjo Dhammayatamosmi. Perhaps you have seen, in C-SPAN, sometimes you see that in the Senate or in the Congress, in the House, that the person who, the chairman, he holds the danjo. When the election, they hit and says, yes, the bill is passed. That is the way. So danjo, the king has a scepter. If anybody does anything unrighteous, he has a power to punish those people. It happened. Swamiji was with Raja Ajit Singh of Khetri. A man came, was criticizing the king. King did not pay any attention. Then he was criticizing Swamiji. You are a monk, you are living with the king, with luxury, this and that. Then Raja Ajit Singh became furious. Swamiji, I must punish this person. Swamiji said that he criticized you, you did not take any action. Well, no, Swami. I am the king, the danjo, scepter in my hand. If I do not take action, everything is in the turmoil. Swamiji made a remark once. We are all good people here. Because do you know why? Because of the police. Out of fear, we will up to jail, or out of a scandal, people will spread bad name against us. That is the reason we are good, Swamiji said. Danjo, niti. Maunam cha ismi gujhanam. I am silence among the secrets. Silence. I must sometimes make a saying in our language, Bobar shotru nahi. There is no enemy of a dumb person. If you do not talk, you will see you have no enemies. Silence is golden. A student went to the teacher, Vedanta teacher, and asked, teach me about Brahman. The teacher kept quiet. Second, third time he repeated the same thing. I am teaching you Vedanta all the time, you could not understand. Uposhanto ayam atma. Silence is Brahman. It is very difficult to be silent. Your body, when you meditate, first silence your body. Silence your senses, silence your mind, then you will get good meditation. It is not easy. It needs practice. Maunam Vakkhanam. As Swamiji says, we are good and moral because of police. Man is moral not because he chooses to be so, but because of the fear of the police and public opinion. Maunam. I met a sadhu. He used to practice silence. He will not talk. But he has a notebook. He will ask a question and ask you, and then he will nod his head and smile. Then he will write another question. His mind is very restless, but he is not talking. Carrying a notebook and writing with a pencil, and then show you, then you answer. Then he will write another question. He is getting all information, But now, if you have an iPhone, that will keep you busy. You will not have to talk. You will not have to talk. Have a little, one iPhone is enough to give the whole universe into your mind. iPhone. Jatchapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna na tadosti bina jat syat maya bhutam characharam. And whatsoever is the seed of all beings, that also am I, O Arjuna. There is no being, whether moving or unmoving, that can exist without me. Sri Ramakrishna said, if the 0, 0, 0, 0, these zeros become meaningful if there is a 1 in the beginning. If there is no 1, these zeros are no meaning. Similarly, if there is no God, that Atman in the beginning, our everything is meaningless, 0. Take away the Atman from the universe and the universe becomes absolutely 0. Nantosti mamo divyanam vibhutinam parantapa Esha deshata prakta vibhute vistaro maya. There is no end of my divine powers, O scorch of foes. But this is a brief statement by me of the particulars of my divine powers of attributes. Krishna says, there is no end. How much I shall tell you? There is no end of my glory. That is the reason we pray. Tabo tattam najanami kidrishovi maheshara jadrishovi mahadeva tadrishayo namo nama. There is no end to my divine powers, O scorch. We do not know, Lord, what your glory is, but whatever you are, we bow down to you. Next verse. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattam srimat urjitameva va tat tadevam agacha tvam mama tejo angsha sambhavam. Whatever being there is, great, prosperous, or powerful, you know that to be produced from a part of my splendor. This verse quite often we use vibhuti. Vibhuti means power, splendor, glory. Srimat. Srimat means beauty, wealth, money, whatever you say, Shri. And Urjita, energy, enthusiasm. Wherever you find these three things, you remember that is my power. Sometimes we see in Olympic, these athletes, 4 years, they practice and practice and practice. They control their food, they control their weight, everything, and how they work. All best gymnasts in the world come to Olympic Village every 4 years. Sri Ramakrishna Krishna says, I am their energy. It is really something. Beauty. I am that beauty. We see the actors, actresses holding the Oscar prize. They are happy. Krishna says, I am behind that victory. Without this, we have no power. Shri. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Guni lokke samman korte hai. If a person has many good qualities, you must pay respect to that person. Do you know why? Because God manifested in a larger way in that person. Good physician, good doctors, good persons, you must respect. That is the reason in India people respect to the monks. Only he renounced everything, we must respect. That is the way it goes. When Ishachandra Vidyasagar told Sri Ramakrishna, Sir, all men are equal. Who told you? Do you have 2 horns that I have come to see you? You have learning, you have love, you have compassion, you have generosity. You are a wonderful person. That is the reason I have come to see you. Well, he says there are some kinds of cake in India. They make some inside, some are coconut, some are kheer, some are various kinds of stuff. Outside looks same, but inside is different. Sometimes we make various kinds of pouring inside. Mahatma Gandhi, people love him, respect him, because God manifested in a larger scale in him than other ordinary people. That is the way it works. Mamo tejo angsha sambhavam, they came from my part of my power. Atava bahunena iva kim gyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyamaham krishnam akanshena sthitu jagat. Of what avail you to know all this diversity, O Arjuna? I exist supporting this entire universe by a portion of myself. That I told you in the very beginning, that it is all one part of Brahman has been manifested and 3/4 are unmanifest. And if you have this knowledge of oneness, you cannot hate anybody. From form is the seen, I is the seer, I is the seen, mind is the seer. I gives in the mind and are the seen, the Shakshi or witness, the Atman is ever the seer and never the seen. Say God is the ultimate reality. This truth, manusaiva. But how can I say manusaiva anudrashtabhyam? Through mind, through pure mind, you can experience this self, this Atman. There is no variety, there is no multiplicity, there is no diversity. That we experience when we attain Samadhi. So anyhow, I told you, we finished the 10th chapter. We shall start 11th chapter in the next time in our Gita lecture. It is there, I told you, remember this one. This chapter, Arjuna listen. And the next chapter, Arjuna will see. This chapter, he listen the glory of God. Next chapter, he will see who God is with open eyes. Thank you. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. O Lord, thou art the mother, thou art the father, thou art the friend, thou art my companion, thou art my wealth, thou art my learning, thou art my all in all, O Lord. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace be unto all.